I met at a show that also gloves. The little snippets that you
Yeah.
post. I was like, dude, it's me, and it's like a little, it's dope, it's kind of
Dude.
sick. So
Yeah, cool,
yeah,
man. Hell yeah. I
and then
really
I showed
appreciate
him,
that.
yeah, I showed him your live stream where I got you to do step time. And like that night we actually like did a lab session. He's like, "Fuck, dude, I can't do step time. Like, I can't do it
Oh.
because Puppet did it." Yeah,
Oh my god. No, you
yeah.
can do
Like,
it, bro. You
oh
can
no,
do
he's
it.
just like, we're both just like, mad clout, right? It's just
Yeah.
like it's Puppet doing it. We're trying to get there. We're working on it.
Hell yeah, bro. And we're gonna speed run that process, bro. We gotta speed run
Yeah,
that process. Yeah, man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so tutting gonna be the main focus. Let me just start off with this, right? I don't remember if we actually talked about this last time. What are the three fundamentals of tutting? Do you know?
Oh shit. Oh god, this is quiz time.
Yeah.
uh, let's see. I don't know if we did, but let me try to take a stab at it just for
Sure.
kicks. So obviously using the grid, right?
Mhm.
So grid work, um, straight lines.
Okay.
Uh, you're like last time. Okay, I'm not hitting this at all. You're, damn, just go.
No,
Just tell
yeah,
me.
yeah. So really, what it comes down to, sorry, I may have uh asked the question wrong. I could ask you what are the three types of the three basic movements in tutting.
Oh,
So
interesting. Okay.
yeah. So there are only three.
Tracing,
Mm-hmm. Yep. There we go.
hinging,
Yep.
hinging, and fuck, what's the other one? Damn, brain is slow today. Give me the third.
It's isolations. Right. And
Isolations. Oh
yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
And hinging is kind of like an isolations as well. The type of isolation, but you're gonna be using hinging all the time, right? Do you know every single one, right? Like you know what every single concept looks like.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like
Yeah.
we worked on ISOs last time. Like this little
Yes.
guy.
Yep. Okay. So, right, so tracing, everything you know, I'm just gonna spitball everything that I know about
That's cool.
tracing, right?
Yep.
So tracing is a very logical concept. It's probably 90% of shows, right? So if you could master tracing, then it's like, yo, you're really clean. You're gonna be really clean. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
what I've been trying to lab. Because last time we worked on the box, like you showed me the box and we played around with the box. And like we talked about like how to trace like within the fingers, so like the 5 different sides of your finger, so you got the tip and like the proper way to trace that. And
Yes.
then so I've been working on this little kind of tracing pattern. Sorry, my hands are
No
shaking. I
worries.
haven't really eaten much today and lots of caffeine.
You're
But
chilling.
and then so I've been trying to think about, what are some other pathways
Yes.
within this little box that I've made, and then I
Yeah.
just keep on getting stuck
Yeah.
within the box, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. And so, just right off the bat, before we get into that, I
Hmm.
noticed your thumb
Hmm.
lights are on the bottom.
Yes.
I highly recommend them being on the top.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. I when I first started, they like, and I can flip them like no big deal. But when I first started, it was like this illuminates, especially when you're thinking about tunnels,
Yes.
right? It gives you a centering point. And
Yes.
my buddy, he has his on the top, but he has a palm light. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't do the palm light.
Me neither.
So yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I can flip them over. But yeah, is there like a good reason why?
Yes. So,
Okay.
I totally get it. Everyone usually starts with the thumb on the bottom because it feels very natural, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's gonna be so the thing that you're that it the weakness of it, right, is look at
Mm-hmm.
this, okay? When you have this thumb trace and tracing with your thumbs, utilizing your thumbs is a great characteristic of a glover who's good, is knowing how to utilize their thumbs, okay? So look at this,
Okay.
okay? When I have the thumbs on the bottom, okay, this looks natural, right? Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with
Mm-hmm.
this, nothing
Yeah.
wrong with this, right?
Right.
So when you have your thumbs on the bottom, it actually fucks with your logic. You know?
Interesting.
It fucks
Okay.
with your logic, because look at now. This doesn't work because there's an
Right.
indentation, right? You would you have to like literally dip there, and it doesn't look good. And
Yeah.
what I'm looking, it's actually like a feeling type thing, right? When you're doing
Uh-huh.
your tracing with your thumbs, it actually feels way more natural when you're doing like traces like this, because you have 2 points of contact. You feel the sensation on both your pointer and your thumb So like you
Right.
have that information there. But when you don't have that information, you don't have that information when you're doing it. I mean, you barely have that information when the thumb light is on the bottom. So it feels I don't know, because you're tracing a lot with the inside of your thumb, because when we do things like this or things like this, right? How often are you
Right.
tracing with the backside of your thumb? Almost never.
Never.
Yeah,
No, yeah, you
almost
don't.
never.
Yeah.
So that's why, right? Is you want
Okay.
that precision and that feeling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Try it
Let's
out.
flip.
Yeah. This might be
Yeah.
the class where I just converted you, and it'll never
Yeah, seriously,
it'll go back.
No, I don't know. I mean,
You'll
that's
never go back.
interesting. Do you like, so that's a good question. Like, out of all the Glovers that you'd consider like good or off the top of your head, thumb lights on top?
Mostly on top. They'll put it on the bottom for like shits and giggles.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Cool.
but they know how to. But they originally practice with the thumbs on the top.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it's really beneficial for tutting, specifically for tutting, because of that feeling, that sensation. Okay, so
Right.
it's not just like a whole permanent setup. You can go back to the thumbs on the bottom, once you get it all mastered. But I think just for like the tracing aspect, it's really gonna it's gonna make more sense. It's gonna feel more sense, I should say.
Yeah. No,
so,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's try going to that box, right? Because I noticed that you said that you get stuck. Could you show me the sequence that you do again?
Yeah. So trace up,
Yeah,
come
trace
out,
up, come
right?
out.
And then I usually bring my finger off to the side here, and then I flip my hand, wave tut over, and then and then I take my middle, bring it to the pinky, and now that's when I kind of do a flip. So it's like a hinge in a sense.
Yes,
and so I have this box still, right? I bring it back down and flip this hand, pop here. Yeah, and then my middle now comes out and pushes this.
Yeah,
and that's
that's pretty
the
logical.
end of the sequence. Yeah, and then what I want to kind of do, what I thought was kind of cool, is if I like pop this finger back, and then I can do like a little flip, like a one
like
of
a
those
little pass-through thing. Yeah. Gotcha.
But that's kind of where I'm getting stuck, and like also you showed me like this guy, like
dissecting.
bringing your box, dissecting, which is cool. And I've also been doing like my buddy's like geometric kind of flails and stuff with your. So that's kind of where I've been with the box.
Yeah. So
I'm stuck in the box right now. I need to be stuck outside of the box. You know what I'm saying?
so the box is something that might be holding you back a little bit, because when you're doing tracing, I noticed you actually missed a lot of lines.
Okay.
So
cool.
The box, there's so many lines. Okay, I don't want you to just think about the box. I want you to just think about the lines. So like it's an obstacle, right? Almost like parkour. There's so many different lines here, right? But there's also different ways that you can think about tracing, right? So you can think of tracing with your leading hand being like being the main tracer. You right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
So that's your right hand. Okay, yeah. So your right hand, right? So you can do so much more when you change your leads and think about tracing with different parts of your hand. So like this is a trace, right? I'm moving my hand and I'm tracing, but you can also move your non-leading hand, and that's a trace. You're tracing with your palm now.
Yeah.
So you're flipping it, right? So it's like you can think about that. Like you could trace out, hinge, trace the fingertips with your palm. So you can trace with the palm being that being the main tracer. So changing between both, right, consistently, that's gonna mess with your whole pathing already, right?
Okay.
And then like what you can do is I like to call this printing. It's a platform concept it's just a tracing concept, but it's more so platform, where I'm just literally like I'm thinking of the small lines, right, and I'm just going like it's very micro movements where I'm like forward, right, and I'm just changing, boop, 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 just small mini movements, right?
Yeah.
Because that's those are options. It's an option, right? So you might be getting stuck in autopilot in having to complete the line, because when you complete the line, it's like, oh, I have to go that distance. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. So then imagine
like micro tuts, essentially.
Micro tuts, exactly.
Right.
Just implementing that, it's just the level of complexity now skyrockets, because when you implement things like digits, right? When you do that, was it your
Right.
pinky or was that your pointer that you would when you
Oh,
did this little gyrating?
the pinky's up.
Yeah,
Wait, yeah, the pinky. Wait, it's like here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's here, and then,
yeah,
yeah, the pinky's out, and these guys are tucked, and then
it's
it's a
tucked,
pop,
and then it's
and
a
then
pop.
I bring
Yeah,
the pointer
gotcha.
in.
So think about this, okay? So if you're printing on this line, right, small
Mm-hmm.
movements, right, printing, just small, and I want you to really control uh, like that straightness of the straightness of the execution and changing your leads now, because now we could just print with this digit, and that's a move within itself, right?
Okay.
And then same thing, like when
Oh,
you
you're here. You're here.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Right,
cool.
exactly. And I noticed your pinky's a little bit lingering there like this. We want to make sure that your pinky is
Yeah, it's straight out. Yeah.
the your right hand pinky, I mean.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
How would? Is that the way? Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
got
it.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you
Yeah.
got
Okay,
it.
cool.
And then so like, just tracing this pointer line now, right? But then it wouldn't make
Mm.
logical, if you trace that line, it doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
logical sense to go horizontal, right? Because your hand is stuck.
Right.
Right? And then so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
can you do? Is you could print upwards. You could trace upwards or dissect upwards. Right?
Okay.
So you kind of have like that up and then down retrace, and then now you could even implement digits and do
Interesting.
that same thing, right?
Where
And
do you
then,
have your right hand thumb, by the way? Because
oh,
yours is like hidden.
yeah, I'm facing it towards me because now I have more options.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if I have it there, then my options, I have two horizontal line options and then one vertical. You see that?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
if I have my line
Hmm.
back, I have a Z axis option, an X and Y option. This is the most like this is gonna give you, well, actually, like something like this, or I mean, I might be overcomplicating it, but this gives you access to every single orientation, because now you could like, well, I mean, in this specific form it won't make sense, but then let's say that I'll trace up, right, and then I go forward. Now I have that line.
Oh, interesting. So, can you go back
Yeah,
really
we can
quick?
go
Yeah. Yeah.
back
So
to
you're here.
this
Yeah.
guy at trace,
Uh huh.
and then you got to go all
And
the
then
way
you
out.
curl it out.
Yeah,
Yep.
because if you isolate, then the landing point is
And
at
then
the
you
wrist.
okay. So you kind of just did a hinge there. Oh
Yeah,
man, my wrist doesn't like that.
I'm just.
Okay.
It is hard. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of struggling
It's an
too.
awk.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's an
It
awkward
is.
angle.
It is option though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think with tutting specifically, one way to really just like go levels above and beyond is getting to those
Mm-hmm.
awkward angles, because
Mm.
like that's just a good characteristic. Like, do you watch BMO?
I
BMO.
haven't seen him. No. No.
BMO is he's probably like ranked 2 right now on glowing.com. He won 2 of the online competitions that was hosted by Infinite just a couple weeks ago. He has like amazing tuts, okay? And like he makes the effort to like bend all the way and have straight
Right.
lines,
I actually think I did see his submission. I think that you reviewed. I
Yes,
think.
yeah. I reviewed it in the
Cool.
Patreon. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
and then so like same thing with the forbidden angles. I know we talked about you mentioned forbidden angles. You want to get to a point where you're doing forbidden angles and test yourself being in that uncomfortable movement, right? And I think
Right.
even this is somewhat uncomfortable. I mean, just because we're
Mhm.
not really used to it yet.
Right.
But as far as like tracing goes, right? Like try. That's just part of it, and I want you to like just try limit testing as early as possible to see what you can get away with. But like
Okay.
getting to a point where like, okay, I'm tracing like this side of my ring finger, right, and then
That's
landing
crazy,
point
yeah.
to point. Yeah, landing to this point, right, on
Okay.
top,
Yeah.
landing
Yeah.
on top of the ring.
Uh huh.
And then like maybe we can like hinge there so that we land on the
Okay.
ring. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
want you to like really think about okay, so if my ring is on top of my ring,
Uh huh.
let's try the other way. Yeah, exactly, right? So I want you to stare at your ring finger when you do a hinge. Like stare at your ring finger when you do a hinge. Like think about it logically, right? So if I were to like land, it's on the bottom of my ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this hand is on the bottom of my ring. So if I hinge, like if you keep that point of contact, right?
Yeah.
you're actually moving like one unit. You're moving
Okay.
one unit of finger. If you really like look at it, you know what I mean? Because
That makes sense.
what might end up happening is when you hinge, you're gonna land on your middle finger, and you don't want that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
right?
Right. So
So
you really
like
want to isolate on the ring.
on that little atom on your ring, you know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know
Like
what I mean?
right on the tip. Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there, yeah, exactly. And then from here, right, then it's like I want you to practice changing the lead. So it's like with this hand now, it's like make that micro trace forward and then trace forward, right? So there's all these little micro oh sorry, from this position, this guy with the ring. I think
Oh
you're
yeah. Yeah.
doing. I think you're doing.
It was backwards.
No, I'm doing a 4-4-3-1 with the. No, not that one. This your right hand.
This guy. Yeah. 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 Oh. Oh. Oh God.
Oh no,
I don't
your
like
right.
that.
Your right hand. Your right hand.
Right hand. 4-4. This. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
there you go. Yeah, exactly, right there.
Okay.
Right, and then so with your left hand, you're gonna trace just a little bit forward and then come in.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes.
yeah.
Okay.
And then guess what? The landing point, like your pointer is I mean, it depends on your genes, but your pointer should land within like the top of your pinky. Oh, yours just looks really good. Yeah, your pinky is lacking in the z-axis there with your left hand. Your pinky.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Try go like this.
Go that way.
Yeah, I want to see your left hand. Sorry, your left hand's pinky. Oh, okay. No, you got it. It's just presentation to the camera. It's just presentation to the camera.
Yeah, I actually turned on. I don't know if you remember in your stream, I found this OBS plugin for fisheye.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you using it right now?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wait,
Yeah,
that's dope. Yo, that's dope, dude.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking you. What you use for an angle. So there you go.
That's cool.
That's my little fisheye. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I wanted to stream through OBS this time, because then I could also, change my camera settings and whatever.
Wow,
yeah.
that changes the game, bro. I love that. That's freaking awesome.
It does, yeah.
Very resourceful. Yeah. So, with tracing, okay, you don't want to be limited to just your hands as well. Because we want to be able to trace like what you were doing, like your wrist. Because it's like a whole square, right? So landing point is the knuckle, right? I would refer to this as K3 because we have K1, K2, K3, right? So K3 to like wrist, that's K3. A whole. Yeah, K3 What's is knuckle 3. Knuckle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So knuckle 1,
right.
I'm not sure if you could bend at knuckle 1. K2 is a second, right? Where you do the digits. K3 is like the actual fist knuckle, right? And then so from your K3 to your wrist, that's in the code video on Patreon. Sorry about that.
I think we talked about it last time, and you're kind of like threw it out, like you're like, oh yeah, that spreadsheet, don't worry about that, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah. No, when you get there, you'll get there. Yeah. But for now, right? Yeah. So this whole thing's your playground, right? So you could even print on your palm, right? But you have to printing on your palm. So it's like you could technically. So if you think about like where you're tracing, right? We can get so like, how do you say? We can get so stuck in just tracing in one orientation with one hand leading all the time, that like when we have an angle like this, okay? Like think about it. Like I could trace, hinge, then trace with the back of my palm or the side of my hand. Sorry, back of my palm and then side of my hand. So being able to trace with like even with your knuckles. Right, being in the mindset to trace with your knuckles and not just your finger. That's gonna just that's gonna change that autopilot of yours.
Trace with the knuckles, not with the finger. Okay.
Yeah, you can trace with the finger. It's just protocols, right? It's changing the protocols.
Absolutely. No, it opens up new doorways.
Yes.
Which is cool. Yeah.
And then if you want to get wild, you could like also trace with your arm as well. Now you're implementing more macro, right?
Absolutely.
Let's try a quick little. I want to test your dexterity here. Let's do a 1-1-3-3. Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna just do 3-3-3-3 just like this. Yep. And then you're gonna connect at the K3 right there. Yep. And then you're just gonna hinge, trace. Okay. Then you're gonna trace out. Yep. And then you're gonna isolate and land. Yeah. Then you can trace to the side. And then like land that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. And then like what I'll do is this is a very uncomfortable angle, right? I'm not sure if it's hurting like the inside of your wrist right now, but like I like to just grind and do reps with like these very uncomfortable angles where I'll just like live in it. Okay, I'll just stare at it, live in it. Okay, like I'll look at the
Cool.
properties, right? I'm like, okay, if you look at the measurements of my fingers on the bottom, you can see it's not a perfect line, right? It's like a
Right.
it's like a roundness to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do
Yep.
is I'll kind of just download it. Look at like if you look at my pinky, my ring, it's like lined up
Mm-hmm.
with my actual knuckle. It's a landing point. That's a landing point,
Right.
right? So I would
Yeah, this ring doesn't like that flatness, if that makes sense. Like if you can see where I land, like it's like I have to push it in there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing too. I think
Okay.
it might
Okay.
be just a muscle thing, like a you know, just kind
Like
of
stretching. Yeah.
stretching it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get it. And then what I'll do is I'll just dissect. So up, up, left, left. So you're practicing tracing with different parts of your hand. You know, so from this position, I'm like tracing with the side of my hand, down, down, right, right, up, up, left, left. Yeah, get that contact. Try to feel that contact, and then you try to get that perfect X and Y axis, like that movement up. So what you're actually doing, right? When I'm moving up like this, when I'm moving up, you know, I'm actually isolating my shoulder. If you think about it, like when I'm moving up with this hand, like my hand, I'm actually isolating. The isolation point is at my shoulder. If you think about it, right?
Okay.
So like your whole body is like a chain reaction, right? And so this is a great segue to isolations. Okay.
Okay.
So there are multiple types of isolations, right? And you know, people will use these interchangeably, right? And so like if you think about like a split like this,
Okay. Yeah.
right? That's a finger isolation, right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm isolating my palm, right? I'm isolating my palm, I'm isolating my whole hand, I'm isolating my body, and it's just I'm just isolating one finger moving, right? So then there's point isolations. Do you know what point isolation is? Okay.
Nope.
So I want you to take your finger just like this, okay? And I want you to put your pointer touching the bottom, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to leave your pointers touching. You're going to try to be as still as possible. Then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate as best as you can a 360.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
so that's a point, and you might float, right? So that I can see I'm floating too, just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're striving to download this. You feel this. You download this because this exists in a lot of gloving moves. A lot of gloving moves, more than you would think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like you could do it in flails, right? So like if I were to do this movement, right? Put your whole hand. I want you to touch the tip from the bottom, just like that. Because you're on top, and then it's not quite the same. But if it's touching behind, yeah. Try your best to, you know, when you're labbing, try your best to go ahead and do this. Okay. Try your best to go ahead and do. I want you to connect with your middle finger. I'm sorry. Try connecting your middle finger instead. Okay. And then what you're gonna do? Okay. You're gonna try your best. Okay. You're gonna now let your pointer go. Okay. Now you have to imagine that your pointer is there and it's not moving. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and isolate. Do a point isolation around, okay? So I'm leading with my wrist, right? I'm trying my best for my middle finger to stay in that point. You can go to a wall and do this. So you're actually practicing. Look at my wrist. So you see how my wrist is extended. It's kind of going up, and I'm kind of going around, right? Yeah. Oh, great. That's it looks like it's you're really getting it. You're really you can go a little bit more. You know, you kind of need this palm up. You see how my palm is going up? Yeah. A perfect one would be something like this. Palm is facing out. Okay. I'm kind of even moving my body to kind of feel that too, if I need to, because you know it's kind of like it's like a mind muscle connection, and you want to feel that isolation with your body. Yeah. You get it, right? So could use a little work. So here's another one. Okay, reference theory. Have you seen the reference theory video?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
In front of your camera, look at my middle finger. Okay?
Yes, you talked about this last time. Yeah. So find a point of reference, and then stick with that. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm doing that on my
I think I need to. Yeah, I definitely need to practice it with a thing first.
Yes.
And then I will be able to download that movement.
Yes.
And it'll probably be better if I've like eaten breakfast and not just
right.
Yeah. It's cool.
Exactly.
It's whatever.
Yeah. So point isolation, and then we got normal isolation, right? And so the thing about tutting, Okay, so like the theme of tutting is like what you said earlier. It's
Mm-hmm.
making lines, creating shapes, typically boxes,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes triangle. That's the theme
Mm-hmm.
of tutting, right? It teaches you how to make shapes, straight angles, right angles, any of that, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
movement and how you achieve all that is through isolations, tracing, and hinging, okay?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
so hinging, right? So it's basically just changing the orientation, right? So from here, I actually, there's different ways to hinge, and we could argue that, maybe not argue. Sorry, I was in a conversation about this with McKinley, and there should actually be
Mm-hmm.
four, but they're so interchangeable, like with the vast majority of tutters or people who know about tutting, that like
You could
people
get into
don't.
the semantics in
Yeah,
theory,
you can get
like
into the
okay,
semantics
yeah.
and whatever, but it's all hinges, and then so you might have to be very specific when it comes down to it. So think about this, okay? So there's my hand on top. I'm touching my middle
Mm-hmm.
finger on my middle finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so there's this hinge, right, where I'm literally isolating on. I'm having a point isolation
Yeah,
on
I
my.
feel that.
You feel that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
then there's
Yep.
also this hinge where I'm on the side of my finger, on my pointer to
Okay.
pointer, right? But then if I'm hinging around, I'm moving finger units to land to my pinky now. I'm landed on my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pinky, right?
I feel that.
So people use that interchangeably, and they're two totally different things if you think about it, but the movement is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
They're both,
It's still a hinge. You're just using your fingers essentially. It's like a
yeah,
bigger hinge.
it's
Yeah.
almost kind of like a crawl, right? It's almost kind of like
Right,
you're
right, right. You're kind
crawling,
of yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
100%.
Where this is
Mm-hmm.
more of like an isolation, right? But either
Right, right,
way,
right.
you have to be careful. And this is just my opinion, but like the one where you're doing on top and you have that isolation is safer, and you're probably gonna
Okay.
get away with more like logical, because this is so easy to mess up, because you have to move perfectly and land from pinky to pinky, and there's more bandwidth that goes into doing that than rather than just having the middle to middle. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because you feel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
isolation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
I actually kind of like that.
you
Like
do.
that makes yeah, in
Okay.
my brain that makes sense. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. If
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
comfortable,
Uh-huh.
then by all means, right?
Yeah.
It's different though when you're landing on your pinky. So then now the logic when you're choosing to trace or whatever
It's
you're
like, what do
doing,
I do from here?
it
Because
has
this
to
is
be from the
weird.
pinky. Yeah, it has to be from the pinky
Yeah.
now, right? If you think about it,
So you could come down
you exactly.
and maybe come here, and then well, that seems not interesting,
No,
but
no, that's great.
yeah.
I think that's really interesting actually, because
Okay.
you're using this bottom line, right? Your proximal
Right.
part of your fingers
Mm-hmm.
as a landing point, right? Because that's
Right.
literally what happens. You're going here, landing point, boom, come back here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so you're getting into a reset
Mm-hmm.
point, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with that being said, so that's basically all of tutting fundamental movements. Now we could talk about like the mindsets behind moving within all of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one way to help you so you don't develop bad habits with the movements, okay, is vocally saying one for each
Right.
movement that you do. Every
Mm-hmm.
movement I do, okay? So let's go into something like king tutting. Because
Okay.
people will tend to mess this up with king tutting, and I want you, yeah. So there's two ways to do it, right? So one thing, right, is building the eye for straight lines.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I mean,
Yep.
I'm still waiting for a correction. I'm looking. There you go. I'm waiting for that
Okay.
correction. Okay. So
Yep.
there's multiple things going on, right? There's this. Okay. What I would do is I would align this with my nose, because then the middle of my nose is a landing point, right? And
Yep.
then so like when you're labbing in front of the camera, just try to get yourself comfortable getting into that perfect line, right? Yeah, there you
Yep.
go. You just did your correction. So what you would do is you would just vocally count one. Okay?
Yep. One.
So 1,
One. One.
right? And then 1.
One.
I want you to land at your tip here. So because from here, from this
Mm-hmm.
to here, right, you have to trace horizontal and then to land at the side, and that's two different
Okay.
movements, right? So for
Okay.
perfect logic.
So here.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep, that's one, right?
Okay.
And so we can
One.
do two pieces at the same time. 1.
One.
So notice your elbows. Yeah,
Oh, bring him in.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's building that eye for what is actually most aesthetically pleasing and knowing which body parts to move, right? And then we could go one, 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 one. I could, yeah, it doesn't matter. You could start from the bottom or the top. Okay, so one, 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 one. Okay,
Mm.
so one, one. Yeah. Oh, see, I messed up there. It should be one, one. You see?
So we're back here.
Yeah.
So
Back here.
you're here. Boom.
Boom.
Coming out.
One. Yep.
One.
One. On top.
Cool.
One. One.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So one. One.
Do the next one again.
Yeah. So one. One.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're opposite. We're like this. I'm
Here.
leading with my left hand now. Right.
Okay. Yep.
Pointer
Left hand in.
Yep. And then
Up
thumb
here.
back. Thumb back. Thumb back.
Back.
And then one.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. One. 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 Then we gotta go forward, right? One. And then to the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Isolate. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we could keep going one, 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 one,
Jesus.
one,
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm not sure if this is happening with you, but I'm trying to see if just put that out there and solve it just in case you do have this problem where you might be moving two things at once, right?
Yep.
The way to move properly. Okay, so this is the thing. So there's a bunch of different things that's happening right as we're gloving. One is the music. We're trying to capture the music, right? The music is actually putting us into autopilot. When you think about it, we're recognizing the patterns, and then so it forces us to want to move to the music, and then so like oftentimes we'll become undisciplined because we're being a slave to the music. That's usually what right. That's usually what happens.
Yep.
That like we'll move two parts at the same time, and then you're just off the grid, and you're not showing good tutting fundamentals, right? You're moving two things at once. But so that's why I would recommend doing 1-1 practices because you can feel it, right? So let's just do king tutting. So like we're gonna utilize more isolations, okay? So follow with me, try your best. I love that correction right there. Great job. So 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Oh god, microphone. Yep.
1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wait, where'd you do that?
Yeah, so
okay. Interesting. You hinged. Okay, cool.
I hinged
That's cool.
with my left. Yes. 1, 1. Oh, sorry. Damn microphone.
No, you're good. I'm whatever.
Yeah, so 1, 1, and then you could just do simple movements like feeling 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? You know, okay, we have to sidestep into a certain exercise because I noticed that there's something with your speed going on, right?
Okay.
So let's try this. Super simple movements, okay? Super simple, okay? We're gonna start from this.
Speed is in fast.
It's your speed control. So whether it's your fast and slow, it's both.
Yeah, definitely something I've noticed. It's like I have a tendency, if you've watched my shows, like especially I don't know, one of the ones, it's like I just don't know how to slow down sometimes.
It's okay. I think this is
like real life.
I think. Oh, is that what you are? You do you think fat? You more of a faster
ADHD.
Like? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm a speed demon, so I'm naturally faster. You know.
Yep.
Okay, so let's try
like
this.
20 steps ahead. Yep.
Let's try this. Okay. I think right now in your journey, you're doing really good, better than most from where I believe where your phases in gloving. You're in the journey of finding your flow as well.
Yeah, for sure. And my flow was liquid, right?
Yes,
like that really was my flow, but I want to incorporate more interesting movements, which is like tech and tutting.
It's finding the flow within like things that are more static and with things like forms and standing. Yeah, so let's try this out. I really want to test you. It's more of a feeling thing, okay? So we're just gonna do a flip up, then go down, but then you're gonna slowly like you're not just down flat like there's a concrete.
Mhm.
It's up,
Okay, so
slow, and then you kind of
okay,
that's it, right?
yeah, that's
Because
cool.
you're changing the variables in your speed slowly, and then slower, and then slower, and then slower, right?
Okay,
So what?
so we're here and just
Here, boom, slow. Great job. Yeah, I think you could go even slower. Like the subtly.
okay,
You know
yeah,
how like when you flip a coin, or not a flip a coin, when you spin a coin and the coin's like
uh-huh,
bop 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 bop, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing but the opposite. Yeah. So you're trying to tame the beast, right? You kind of feel that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's taming that speed control. So there are resistance type of exercises that you could just do for fun, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just to speed ramp that speed, like that speed control,
Mm-hmm.
because that's gonna play into your execution, right?
Right.
It's just a supplement, so then like that you have good movements with your tuts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So same thing. So let's start from here. It's super simple.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna go up, isolate, down, right, down. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
But we're gonna implement speed now, or
Okay.
different resistances. Okay. So
Okay.
try to follow me. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. See, notice how like when you're kind of like you're kind of letting it
It's
go.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so
You're letting it
boom.
go.
I'm gonna slow it here and then think about it. So
Okay.
boom,
Boom,
boom, boom, and then you
boom,
slow
boom.
down. Okay, cool.
Yes. But not just slow down. It's like there's like it's almost like
It's a
like
deceleration.
it's like
Yeah.
a rubber band, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
that part, it's that part right there, right? You have to think
Mm-hmm.
about that the movements all within like that this area here. The main movement is my elbow and my shoulders if you think about it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's the isolation, right? That's the isolation that you have to feel. That's where it translates the energy. Yeah. Almost, kinda. So it's boom, boom,
Okay.
boom, boom.
Cool.
Yeah. Doing
Okay.
it one more time. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, one more time. Boom, boom, boom. So I noticed something. You're
Uh-huh.
moving your body a lot. You're moving your head.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Very autopilot. So you're trying to just move your hand. Your head. Yeah, there you go. More control. So what you're gonna find with tutting, right? It's more than just like the control in your hand. It's the control and isolation with your body and your head. Because we'll tend to
Okay.
do like we'll tend to cause bad habits by moving the head and stuff like that. But with
Right,
that
right,
being
right.
said, there's actually like there's actually a practice that might help you with things like tracing that
Okay.
involves moving your head. Okay. So and this might help. It's like a flow thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're in this like, you know, this push and pull and learning like all these things. Some things might contradict the other, but that's how it is. You know,
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
how
an art.
it's an art.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
different
Yeah.
filters for different things, right? So when you're tracing, and you don't have to follow the same trace that I do, but
Okay.
to make yourself look more confident or like to look more natural with your tracing is moving your chin or moving your head with your
Oh, yeah. Yep.
tracing. It looks like you know what you're doing. You know? And the speed of your head might resonate with the speed of your movements. You're gonna calibrate them together. So you have a more deeper understanding of your movements, right? But you have to be careful because right now you're floating. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
floating.
looking at my fingers, not
Yeah.
I need to,
It's okay.
Okay,
It's okay.
cool.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's to me, it's like when I'm like, okay, same thing with the tongue. Okay, so if I'm like up, down, right, left, right? So I'm
Yeah.
up, down, right, left. Yeah. So if you
Okay.
could like practice following your head movements with your traces, it might do
Yeah.
something. It might help you out. You might feel it.
No, for
deeper.
sure. And you said that I think in your stream when you're like you're like your face is like my buddies or something. And you're like we're cracking up about it because it's like my face is just like focused on the camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like looking at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So and that's part of like putting on a good show, right?
Yes.
It's like
yes.
it's like my face shouldn't just be like right. It's
Right,
like no,
right,
I'm
right.
following what I'm doing here.
Yeah. That's because I mean, well, there's different mindsets, right? Because when you're giving a light show to like the camera, or like if you're giving a light show to like in real life, obviously, like we tend to we tend to build habits where we're looking at the camera, we're looking at the screen. I always do that when I'm doing it online sometimes, but then sometimes when I'm locked in, yeah, like I'm looking at my hands, right? But then there's this consistent battle when you're looking at your hands. There's this consistent battle of placing it within good composition to the camera.
Okay.
You know, so you kind of have to catch yourself. It's like, yeah, look at my hand, but think about the camera and the position of the camera. Think about the depth of the camera.
Right.
Think about like giving, like the camera is a person and you're giving the person a light show. It's not just recording you. The camera is a person, and that might change. You think about it, like that might change the way that you're giving shows, right? So just for a couple drills for each movement that we learned, right?
Okay.
So there's, I'm not sure if I assigned this to you before, by the way. So practice tracing logically in a square. Did we do this before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
but
and
what? Yeah, slow down the trace for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go trace. So
Yeah.
then our thumb is behind our pointer.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna go up, follow,
Okay.
follow, right, and then we're gonna go left, out, right, and then down, down, left, left, up, up.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right,
All right.
down, down, right.
So, brain work better.
We're just going up,
here we go.
up. Yeah. We're just going
Okay.
up,
Here.
up.
Up.
Oh no, we're changing our leads. So it's like what we're doing is we're moving right hand, left
Right
hand.
hand.
Left hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then left
yeah.
hand, right hand.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
then left hand, right hand.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then right hand, left hand. Yeah. So you're changing it simultaneously, okay? So it's a right hand,
Right.
left.
Left.
Yep. And then from here we can
Right.
go left. No, left.
Left.
Right.
Okay.
Then left, right.
Yeah.
Then right, left. Yeah,
Okay.
so you're gonna try and get to a point where you can go right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left in a cube.
That's a good. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
And then
good
what you're
homework.
gonna do, you're gonna flip it. Because flipping is always a protocol. And then you're gonna do the opposite, right? So you're gonna go left, right. Yep. And then you're gonna go right, left. Right, left. Left, right.
Yeah.
You're gonna flip it. You're gonna keep doing a box. Well, even I'm messing up the box. But you're gonna try your discipline. You're gonna keep doing that cube. Then flip. Cube. Flip. Flip, flip. Okay? We're gonna learn this flip. Because this is whole isolation right here.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna keep doing the box. Okay? Because guess what? When you're at this point, right, where you're connecting the thumb and the middle, it doesn't matter what forms you're doing anymore. You see what I'm saying? So if you look real quick, like as long as my thumb and my middle are combined, I could do like a digit or something like that, and I could do the same thing just with different forms. Now you have a base foundation, and you could multiply it by like 1,000, you know?
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so you take this box now, and you can do weird stuff with it, which is dope. Okay.
But you have the base movement down, and you could extend
Right.
your combos, right?
So, like, kind of thing, too. How would that work? If I did, like, something like this.
Yeah, you could do that. That is perfectly fine. It's the same thing, right? So right,
Right.
left, left, right. Yep, left, right, right, left. See, it doesn't matter what your pinkies are doing at that point, right?
Right.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Why do I always mess this one up? Here, and then...
Okay, so I want you to think
Down
about.
here, there we
Yeah,
go.
I see where you're. I see what's happening. Okay, I want you to think about like this form. Yeah, you got it right. It wouldn't make sense for my left hand to go up because now I disconnect.
Yes, right.
So it needs to connect and trace down the line, the vertical line. And one way to help, if I'm going to move horizontal, what move can I do horizontal? It's just my thumb or my middles. So I gotta go horizontal, then vertical line. Horizontal, then vertical line.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Horizontal, and then vertical.
Yes.
Horizontal, and
There you
then
go.
vertical.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. Oh,
Okay.
that looks much more. It's getting cleaner. It's getting much more clear.
Yeah.
Great job. So basically, do that. Okay. And you can basically just
Okay.
change the front, and then remember to flip. Remember to flip.
Flip. Yep.
Yes. Practice that, and then yeah, you should like you could. You know how many? Okay. You
Oh,
know how many
yeah.
things you could do with that, right? And then
Yeah.
so like you don't have to just stay within that one square as well. Okay. Like you could be like, you could keep going. You know, you could from down here up, 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 left, 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 left. Yes.
Mhm.
Down, 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 flip. Left, 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 flip. Up, 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 flip. Right, right,
Oh,
right,
man.
right, 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 flip. Right?
Yep.
So
Okay. Yeah.
what that teaches you it teaches you like true traveling. True traveling. Okay.
Right.
So if you want like grid work, you want to be able to like trace, combine, like how I always do, kind of like that. It's
Yep,
basically that just broken down into different
Yep.
forms and orientations. Yeah.
Right,
It's
right.
really not that hard, you know. It's really not that hard.
Right.
It's just getting
But-
that
Right.
yeah, that
And
pathing.
understanding those fundamentals, and it's flipping a switch in your brain.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
like there is a box that you can just play with, but you have like understanding, and then also too the isolation of those points,
Yep.
right? Because you don't want to be floating when you're tracing, right?
Yes.
So that's
Yes,
a big
yes.
thing. You want to stick that spot.
Right. Do you know the term staccato legato?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so staccato, these are musical terms. And so I know I always talk about floating being bad, but it's not all bad, you know, it's all intent, right?
Mhm.
And then
Right.
so in music, staccato are sharp sounds and legato is long sounds. So S
Okay.
for sharp, L for long, okay?
Mhm.
So in staccato, you might hear something like this. Dun 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 dun. It's very sticky, right? So if you think about it in terms of movement, okay, it would look something like this, right? Dun 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 dun. Right? It's sharp movements, sharper sounds. Now legato would be longer, so it would sound like this. Dun 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 dun. So it's elongated, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
legato is elongated movements, while staccato are sharp movements. Right, exactly. So it's speed. Staccato, legato. You see how it's consistent? Staccato, there's a pause. Staccato, there's a pause. Staccato, there's a pause. Staccato, there's a pause. Legato,
Okay.
you're consistently moving. Okay.
Trying to make this box here.
Uh,
I think that's it.
I think your pointer's slightly forward. Can I see? Can you go like this? Can you like go up real close to the lens? Oh, what's your middle finger doing? Is your middle finger closed all the way? Oh no, is it?
Here.
Okay, yeah, no. It looks pretty good. I'm going like this.
Oh, you're going full.
There
Interesting.
you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's the
Okay.
difference. Yeah, that's how I make
That's
the box.
tiny. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's tiny. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, something about it does look weird, huh? There's
It
like
does. Yeah.
I wonder. Okay, could you just align your thumbs horizontal, like straight, horizontal, vertical,
Yeah. Like here.
on top? Yeah, have your thumb on top, perfectly. Yeah, I wonder what's that. Oh, no, I think you can do it. Yeah. So look at my placement on my pointer is like, yeah. Oh, they're better. Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I think-
it's lifting up the elbow.
The elbow too, yeah, because you might be doing something like that, which is a great, like, think about it. Okay, so try to do this and just isolate your elbow. Isolate up. This is another tutting practice because you're not floating and you're isolating your elbow, because guess what? When you're down, right? So now you can isolate down. Like, think about it, like from here, isolate down and extend. Yeah. So you could like technically travel boom, 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 boom.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like adding another mechanic. This is a fun one. I just thought of that one because you had that
Yeah, yeah.
isolation. But that's
Uh-huh.
tutting, right? It's like knowing different places to change the isolation point. Yeah, from here, then I want
Right.
you to like go down, like move the form in secondary movement.
Okay.
Try one more time. Try one more time. Keep your elbows stuck. Yeah, and then yeah, boom, 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 boom. If you enjoyed this free lesson, like and subscribe to the channel. Gloving is a beautiful art form done in such a unique way. If you would like to sign up for classes with me, sign up on glovingacademy.com. I do 1-hour lessons for $50, and if you would like to do more, I have a deal for 3 classes for $120. Sign up a class with me if you would like to start on your gloving journey today.